Hi, this is Javin Kharod, a chemical engineer by profession, going to conduct our today's lecture. How does distillation column internal works? Now, what is that? A distillation column use heating and cooling process to separate two or more mixed components, liquid and or gas, into their respective separate and original state. In simple terms, the process achieves heating mixed liquid component temperature in between their respective boiling point, thereby boiling off the lower temperature liquid in order to separate them by evaporation. Now, continuous distillation column. Many type of distillation column design such batch column or continuous column. Basic batch column is where input feed liquid or gas component is distilled entire, then another batch of feed is added to column and proceed in turn. A continuous column has constant input and output stream. The facilitate much higher throughput and process does not stop unless maintenance and repair is required. Both type of column have specific application relating separation of the two or more liquid and gas component. Both incorporate varying level of complexity associated equipment facilitate the overall distillation process. Now, what are main part of distillation column? A typical continuous distillation column, several components facilitate overall process. The four main components are column incorporating enriching and stripping section where the liquid and gas phase separation take place. Reboiler, which provide heat energy partially vaporized and column input feed liquid for the separation distillation process take place. Input feed flow into center of column and down through stripping section, the base, before entering reboiler where feed liquid heated and generate feed vapor through evaporation. This feed vapor travel up through the column by convection. The continuous feed component separation process, condenser, which cool the condensed, the separated and enriched feed vapor at top of the column before it enter reflux drum. Reflux drum, which collect condensed feed vapor liquid and split into two streams. First, distillation process output, and second, the reflux drum recycle liquid which feed back top of the column for enrich and purify the distillate. In order the process more efficient, distillation column have series of stack, plate and tray inside the column. The plate have circular perforation and corrugated metal packing improve liquid vapor contact surface area. Therefore, feed liquid evaporation process efficiency. This type of column called fractionating distillation column and support removal separation of several components liquid or gas at different level of the column. Feed component that are the proceed the distillation column are introduced near at center of column into central tray plate feed tray plate. Now central feed tray divide column into top enriching section and a bottom stripping section. Feed liquid flow into column and across the tray and plate, then down through the column gravity through next tray and plate via downcomer conduct where enriched feed liquid vapor component. Strip out through distillation process rises through the feed liquid. Remaining feed liquid falls down the column and collect the column base. The flow back into reboiler which vaporize the lighter component feed liquid vapor component. The vapor then continue distillation process rises the top of column through the column tray plate where it comes contact feed liquid stripping the lighter component and become more enriched. It does so as the base the column heavy not vaporized feed liquid product removed from the column bottom component. Now reheated feed vapor flowing back the base of column from the reboiler. Enriched it rises up through the column and contact with the falling feed liquid, therefore existing column at top into cooling condenser. Condensed liquid enter holding vessel non-reflux drum. Now, a proportion of the reflux drum liquid Example, reflux ratio is recycled back into the top of the column, further enriching and purifying through contact with the feed vapor component, then rising up through the column plate. Finally, the condensed feed vapor component, which is now cooled into liquid form by the condenser reflux drum system, the column output that is recovered through overall distillation process. Now, distillation column operating profile. There are certain operating parameters trained which common the distillation column process. Appreciations of the aspect assess gaining general understanding process. A simple term, column design, diameter, height, number of tray, plate, packers, etc. They are operating parameter, temperature, pressure, feed, liquid, input stage, etc. optimized by designer to achieve overall internal vapor liquid equilibrium balance based on volatility, boiling point, and the feed liquid component distillation column operating profile such as temperature and pressure. In general, temperature profile, the column is that hotter at the top and the cooler at the base. For example, simple process, feed liquid with two components. Temperature as base of column is slightly cooler than the boiling point of the heavier feed component, and the temperature at top is slightly higher than boiling point of lighter component. It is desired to create environment for vapor liquid balance with the column. At the base of the column, require heavy feed component remain liquid at the lighter component and remain gas until reaches top of the column. Before entering the condenser and reflux drum, control the temperature. Reboiler heat exchanger temperature is adjusted to control bottom heavy feed component temperature. Reflux drum return flow rate flow back to top of the column is used to control lighter component temperature top of the column. Now, column overall pressure gradient is higher pressure and base and lower at top. Gradient is determined feed stage liquid falling down through column tray plate and impending rising vapor flowing up through the feed liquid. In general, steady state distillation process, the pressure gradient column is kept constant as possible using reboiler temperature and reflux drum flow control the composition of light and heavy component stream. A distillation column essential various industrial process where separation purification liquid is required. Purification, it is used purify liquid by separating impurity desired product based on their boiling point. Fractional distillation column. Industrial like petroleum refining, it separate crude oil into fraction, gasoline, kerosene and diesel. Concentration, it concentrate substance, remove less volatile component, commonly used production of spirit, essential oil. Recovery, the column can recover specific component, wastewater stream, playing role recycling, environment management. Now, some of the questions. What is purpose of distillation column? A distillation column, critical pieces of equipment used primarily in the chemical processing industries, separate mixture into their part or fraction. This separation process, fundamental production, pure component and various mixture. How does separation column work? A column work principle, differential distillation, where mixture heated to create a vapor. Vapor ascended the column, which is cooler top than the bottom. As the vapor rises, cool the condensed different level according their boiling point. Component with lower boiling point condense higher in the column, while higher boiling point condense lower down. What are two types of distillation column? Both tray and pack column are integral in the distillation process with their selection depending factor such as nature of mixing being separated, desired purity level and process efficiency required. They are tray column. The structure, this type of future series tray plate stack with the column operation. Vapor rise through column, it interact with the liquid on the tray, facilitate exchange heat and mass. Type of tray. They have various tray design like sieve tray, bubble tray, cap tray, ball tray, each unique efficiency and flow characteristic. Tray column are widely used in industries where precise control separation process required, such petrochemical refining or manufacturing fine chemicals. Pack column. Instant tray column contain packing material which is either random like ring and saddle or structure, layer mesh and corrugated sheet. Packing increase surface area, contact between vapor and liquid phase, enhancing the separation process. Efficiency. Pack column more efficient, lower pressure drop and better suited heat sensitive material. They are commonly used distillation process required large number theoretical stage such air separation and production fine fragments. Each type unique advantage making suitable various industrial applications. What does distillation column consist of? A distillation column sophisticated pieces of equipment in the separation liquid mixture. In their component, it consists several key components, each playing vital role in distillation process. Vertical cell, main body of the column, typical tall and cylindrical while separation liquid occurs. Reboiler, situated base of column. Reboiler heat the liquid mixture, causing vaporize in ascent column. Condenser, located top and condense cool and vapor causing condense into liquid. Liquid collect, return the column as reflux. Tray or packing material. Inside the column, there are either tray or packing material. Tray allow interaction between vapor and liquid, facilitating separation process, while packing material increases surface area and vapor liquid contact. Now feed withdrawal point. Feed point where mixture separate, introduce. Withdrawal point are located various height for removing the separated component non-fraction. Reflux drum. The component collect condensed vapor from top of the column. Part of liquid reflux return the column. Achieve better separation. Control system. They include temperature and pressure monitor and control manage the condition where column optimize the distillation process. Now support and insulation. Structure support, stability column and insulation help maintain necessary temperature gradient. Now, distillation column essential. First identify key component are column cell, the main body that houses internal component. Tray or packing used to increases contact area between vapor and liquid. Reboiler heat the bottom liquid generate vapor. Condenser cool top of vapor to produce liquid distillate. Feed inlet entry point mixture separated. Bottom outlet remove heavier less volatile component. Distillate outlet remove lighter more volatile component. Column cell houses the internal and the distillation column. Tray and packing increases contact area vapor liquid interaction. Reboiler generate vapor by heating the liquid mixture. Condenser convert vapor back to liquid form. Feed inlet entry point mixture separated. Bottom outlet exit heavier less volatile component. Distillate outlet exit lighter more volatile component. Now operating principle of the distillation column. Vapor liquid equilibrium. A distillation column operate principle vapor liquid equilibrium when liquid mixture heated more volatile component vaporize fast. As the vaporize rise through column encounter cooler descending liquid allow the separate and repeated vaporization in condensation process. This interaction enhances separation efficiency. Reflux ratio. Reflux ratio is the liquid return the column distilled then critical parameter. Thus distillation column work. Higher reflux ratio increase separation efficiency but require more energy, while lower reflux ratio efficient but more economical. Now type of distillation column. Continuous distillation column, batch distillation column. They are batch distillation column, smaller scale operation, ideal processing, different batches, process fixed amount feed, proceed series step, composition distill, changing over time. Now comparison of the continuous and batch distillation. In continuous distillation, operation mode is continuous, while batch it is batch. Industrial application, continuous distillation, large scale and small and medium scale use batch distillation column. Efficiency higher in continuous distillation column, while efficiency slightly lower in batch distillation column. Flexibility lower in continuous distillation column. Flexibility higher in batch distillation column. Energy consumption higher side in continuous distillation column, while lower in batch distillation column. Now, distillation column applications in petrochemical industries. In petrochemical industries, distillation column separate crude oil, various fractions, gasoline, diesel, kerosene. Process involve complex multi-stage distillation, achieve desired purity level. Feed composition. Composition of feed mixture, significant impact, distillation column work, mixture, closely boiling component, stage effective separation mixture, widely different boiling point. Column design. The design of column, type arrangement, tray packing affect performance. Column with more stage, efficient packing provide better separation, other higher cost and energy consumption. Operating condition. They are the factor affecting distillation column. Operating condition, temperature, pressure, reflux ratio play a significant and crucial role. Efficiency of distillation column. Now feed composition determine the number of stage required separation. Column design influence efficiency and cost of separation process. And operating condition affect energy consumption and separation efficiency. Now troubleshooting and common causes. Flooding. Flooding occurs when liquid flow rate exceeds the vapor flow rate, causing the liquid accumulate on tray and packing. This issue address adjusting feed rate and reducing reflux ratio. Whipping. Whipping happens when the vapor flow rate is too low and allow liquid to leak through tray without proper contact, increasing the vapor flow, and reflux ratio can mitigate the problem. And fouling. Fouling refers accumulation, impurity tray and packing, reduces efficiency of column, regular maintenance and cleaning necessary prevent the issue. Now, conclusion. How does distillation column work? Understand the distillation column work crucible, optimize performance and ensuring efficient separation process by comprehending the component overall principle, type, application, industries can leverage technology, achieve desired purity level in various products. Okay, guys, this is up to our today's topic, distillation column internal component, or how does distillation column internal work. Now, I hope you get sufficient knowledge after watching this video. Next Friday, we have covered some another chemical engineering topics. Till then, goodbye. Do take good care of yourself.